some details in chat box. You have today's quiz, you have TOC quiz. Timing for the session is 4 to 4:20 p.m. So before that, we are requesting that if people want to accept the invitation, then only you can easily join the session. So first, what you want to do is you want to accept our invitation. So easily you can join by the link what we have given in the Google Classroom. Shall we start, Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today's class it's a continuation of previous two classes. So equivalence of NFA with epsilon and NFA under this topic. Already, I have covered the problems which are related to this topic. The first problem what we have seen is NFA with epsilon to NFA. It's a conversion. We have learned to convert the given finite automata NFA with epsilon no to NFA we have covered. Then yesterday's class, I taught you like NFA with epsilon to DFA. So the second part and third part already I have covered to you. So only one part I have left, which is a theorem which is related to equivalence between NFA with epsilon and NFA. So before starting this session, as usual, terminologies. This topic includes or NFA with epsilon. So what do you mean by epsilon? You know that without reading an input symbol, you can move from one state to another state. And also meaning of this diagram is del of V1 comma epsilon is the out. Boys, some disturbances are coming. Boys, mute your mic. Boys. Yeah. Again. Guys. Again and again, and we are telling you that you want to mute your mic. Okay. So next, terminal. Gayatri, please take care of this issue, ma.
Arun Balaji, ma'am. Ma'am, Arun Balaji.
Arun Balaji. Arun Balaji.
Phone அப்படியே விட்டுட்டு போயிட்டாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Guys, others you can type some messages to Arun Balaji. Yeah, this is what about definition of NFA with epsilon. Okay, the next terminology is epsilon closure. So what do you mean by epsilon closure is actually it is a function which includes the state itself followed by the continuous epsilon transitions. So all the things already we have covered. This is what about extended transition of epsilon NFA with epsilon. So what is your basis and also what is your induction step? What are the procedure we have to follow already? I have covered. Then coming to the point of theorem, this theorem says about language is accepted by some NFA with epsilon means if and only if L is accepted by NFA, which means that if the language is accepted by NFA with epsilon. So here superset is NFA with epsilon. So under the superset, your subset is NFA. So supermese is NFA with epsilon, which is higher than the NFA. So if the language is accepted by NFA with epsilon means also the same language be accepted by NFA. So we'll move on to the explanation of this theorem. So your theorem is language L is if language, okay, this is the theorem we are going to see now. So theorem says about NFA with epsilon to NFA. So given as NFA with epsilon, so you are finding from the given, you are finding this NFA. So this is what actually assigned to you. So this theorem says about if language is accepted by NFA with epsilon, if and only if L be accepted by NFA, then same L is accepted by NFA. So what you want to prove? If the language is accepted by NFA with epsilon means same can be accepted by NFA. So you want to define your actually given finite automata. What they have given NFA with epsilon they have given, also NFA they have given. So NFA with epsilon, the notation what we are going to use is NE. So NFA with epsilon, it can be a 5 tuple of, you know that Q sigma del Q naught and F. Differentiation, for the purpose of differentiation, I am denoting that QNE. Del is both the language will accept same language, you know. So there is no difference between sigma for NE and also sigma for NFA. So no need to put the suffix symbol of NE here. Then del NE followed by Q naught is initial of NFA with epsilon. FNE is initial of final of epsilon with NFA. So likewise, you want to define your NFA with epsilon. Then coming to the part of NFA. NFA is N is which is used to denote your NFA here. So difference between N and NE is first NE is NFA with epsilon. Second N is NFA without epsilon. So which can be defined by Q, same functions, you know, same notations, Q sigma del Q naught comma F. But for the purpose of differentiation, I am denoting Qn. Sigma is common for both the cases. So no need to put the symbol of suffix symbol of Ne or N here. So you do not actually use the symbols here. Then coming to the part of del function, which is actually N. Q naught is for both the cases. Likewise, you want to differentiate your Q naught. Within curly bracket is for N. Then finally, NFN is accepting states of NFA. So likewise, you want to actually, these two are given finite automata. So likewise, you want to define your finite automata first. Where, so what is the relationship between these two is where FN, you know, you are actually, you are finding NFA. Question is NFA to NFA with epsilon to without epsilon, so that you want this final statement. So final accepting state. So Fn, which can be of two things. One is Fna union Q naught. Another one is Fne. So what is the meaning of first statement? Fne union. So while converting, that is why I have taken the problem for part first. Now we are doing the process of how the final states will be identified while converting your finite automata from with epsilon to without epsilon. One case is, this is the first case. One case is you are adding Q naught to the final states of NFA with epsilon. Second case is, this is second case, you are not adding anything. So two cases are possible while identifying final states of Fn. While identifying final states of NFA without epsilon, you know, NFA without epsilon, Fn, which is equal to two possibilities are there. One is Fne plus Q naught, another one is Fne. So by adding Q naught to the final states of NFA with epsilon is case, first case. For this case, what is the condition we should have is if epsilon closure of already I told you, epsilon closure of Q naught contains Fne. So your initial state Q naught, you know, so you want to take E closure of Q naught, epsilon closure of Q naught. If epsilon closure of See the condition. If epsilon closure of Q naught contains FNE, FNE is final states of NFA with epsilon, then only we can add initial to the finals, or otherwise simply both the cases finals are same. Already I have actually by applying this method to the problems, already I have given the example for how you will be getting the final states of NFA. Okay, so that what is the relationship between final states between NFA with epsilon to NFA without epsilon. And one more thing is important here, del n of Q comma A, which is equal to del NE of del cap comma Q comma A. So why this is important is, so these are all the actually relationship between NFA with epsilon and NFA. So that by knowing the details of these formulas only, we can proceed the proving of this theorem. So what is the side of NFA? What is the function given in the side of NFA is del n. Del n means single transition. Del, it is a single transition. Here NFA side you are considering single transition, but NFA with epsilon side, which is to be multiple transition. So this is given in the question. Single transition of NFA without epsilon, which is equal to multiple transitions of NFA with epsilon. So remember this actually definition here. Then only we'll be able to move on your proving part. Okay, are you able to follow? So what are all the things given in the question? So question is, if L is accepted by NFA with epsilon means also be accepted by NFA. So what are all the things they have given? One automata NFA with epsilon, then followed by another automaton NFA. So both you want to define both the final automata. Then followed by you want to give the relationship between final states of NFA with epsilon and without epsilon. Then coming to the point of the relationship between the single transition of NFA without epsilon and multiple transition of NFA with epsilon. So that actually I have given the definition part clearly. Then coming to the part of theorem proving. So what you want to prove? You want to prove that if L is accepted by NFA with epsilon, then also L is accepted by same thing. L is accepted by NFA. So NFA without epsilon. So this is what you want to prove. Then we will, as usual, it will be followed by basis step. So what is the basis step? What is the actually procedure we have to follow here? The least element. Here I am going to take a least element, single length string. Single length I am going to consider, that is your A. Consider the least element, consider the least element here as single element. So del n of Q naught comma A you want to consider. I have not taken epsilon here. I will tell you the meaning of why I have not taken epsilon. Usually we'll follow with the least string as epsilon, but instead of epsilon here I have taken A. Later I will tell you that what is the reason why I have not taken or considered epsilon, which is equal to del n E cap of Q naught comma A. So what is the reason for del n which is equal to del NE? Since by the definition of NFA with epsilon, from the below part, since the definition of the relationship between NFA and NFA with epsilon, here the single transition which is equal to multiple transition of NFA with epsilon side. So that the single transition can be given by del n. Multiple transition can be given by del cap n. So both the sides are, we have taken single length string AA. Both the sides we have started from Q naught, and here also we have started from Q naught. But here the single transition NFA side, the single transition which is equal to, while considering in the part of NFA with the epsilon side, multiple transition. So single transition which is equal to multiple transition. From the definition of the relationship between NFA and NFA with epsilon, I have taken here the string, as single length. So by taking the functions for single length, both the sides are equal. So thus I have proved this theorem is true for actually least length string. But suppose you note the point. Suppose I have taken epsilon as the string. So what is the part of del n of Q naught comma epsilon? What you will be getting actually del n epsilon by applying extended transition function, you will be getting the same state Q naught. So by the definition of extended transition of NFA, you will be getting Q naught. But while in the side of NFA with epsilon, if I am applying Q naught comma epsilon, so which is to be actually epsilon you are taking no. So initially the state itself will be coming, followed by continuous epsilon transitions you want to include, so that this can be actually del n e cap, or actually which is to be e closure of Q naught. So you'll be getting the state itself followed by continuous epsilon closure. So from these two steps, consider these two steps. This is not actually equal. This is not equal. So that I have not considered epsilon as the least length string. So that I have taken the next to the zero length string as one length string. That is why we have taken A as the input to the basis step, while taking extended transitions for A, both the sides are equal. So that likewise you want to prove your basis step. Then coming to the part of hypothesis. So what is the assumption you want to consider here? What is the assumption you want to consider? So assumption is del n side up to k length, up to k length given string is true. Up to k length given string is true, you want to consider. So del n then to the power k of Q naught comma up to k length string. I have taken y as string. String y I have considered here of k length. So this is what I have taken, so that y will be coming here, which x, y, anything you can consider, anything you can, it can be used here. So del n cap of Q naught comma y, which is equal to del n e cap comma Q naught comma y. So y I have actually del n e multiple transition of NFA side, which is equal to here multiple transitions of NFA with the epsilon side. Since from the definition of, this is from the according to the definition of according to the definition of mathematical induction, I have taken up to k length string y, while applying the methodology for y is del n cap, which is equal to del n e cap. So from the definition of mathematical induction, up to length k, the given statement is true. So both the sides are equal. Actually, we have assumed. So that we'll move on to the induction step now. So from the induction step, so what I want to prove is del n cap of Q naught comma y a I want to consider now. Since the reason is you want to prove that k plus 1 is true. So I am adding here the single length a to the y. The length of y is k. Now you are adding 1. Then it will be like k plus 1. By providing this, it will be working for the length k plus 1. So that you want to expand the formula of NFA side. So just you expand the formula. You know that del n cap of Q naught comma bracket within NFA side, you know, Q naught comma Y will be coming inside, followed by the single A will be coming outside. This is the formula of NFA. So that just you want to expand this formula. You assume that this formula, just I am going to modify the form of formula, the format of this formula. You assume that suppose it can be of R states, Q naught comma, this is not actually, Q naught comma Y, you know, it can able to produce R number of states. So slightly I can modify the formula. Just a minute. Slightly del of del NE del N cap of Q naught comma Y comma A. So slightly I can modify by this formula in the form of del N of R comma A. So reason is it may produce R number of states. So slightly it can be modified like R belongs to, what is R? Del N cap of Q naught comma Y. So likewise I can modify this formula. So the reason is I have taken del N cap of Q naught comma Y may produce R number of states. So simply it can be replaced by R. So slightly you can modify the formula like, so this del N, you know, will be coming here, R will be coming here, then this A. Likewise, you want to modify your the answer what you have got in the previous step, you know, just you want to modify your formula. Then coming here, this del N, you know that, see the underlying part, you know that from the assumption del N which is equal to del NE cap. So you can modify R belongs to del NE cap of Q naught comma Y. I have not put any curly bracket here because Q naught belongs to NFA with epsilon side. Here as it is del N of R comma A. Slightly I have changed this N, you know, by NE. Since the reason, so write down the reason according to the assumption. According to the assumption, up to K length is true, you know. So here I have taken Y. Here also I have taken Y. So up to K length, both the sides are equal. So that N can be replaced by NE. Then coming to the part of here del N. Here del N you want to consider next. So this is what about NFAN. So which can be replaced by R belongs to as it is. I have not changed anything here. So R belongs to del NE cap belongs to Q naught comma Y. Here I have changed del instead of del N, NE cap. So single transition of NFA which is equal to multiple transition of NFA with epsilon. So I have replaced del N by del NE cap R comma A. So likewise you want to modify your formula. Okay. Then see the same formula. R belongs to del N cap of Q naught comma Y is the limit. Then I have changed del NE cap of R comma A. So you may write your A as epsilon A. So see the form of, I have started from the extended transition of NFA. Now it is looking like extended transition of NFA with epsilon. So expand the formula. So formula in the form of union. So which it belongs to del NE cap of Q naught comma Y. Then the underlying part, you know, you want to apply the extended transition of NFA with epsilon. So again, you will be getting, this is E closure of, apply the formula, E closure of union of, you can assume that P number of states will be produced by inner part. So P belongs to del NE cap of Q naught comma sorry, del outer part is del NE. P number of states are there, you know. So P comma A you will be having. Then for this case, R comma epsilon. So this is what R comma epsilon. So likewise you want to explain. So the meaning is here this part, you know, I'll change the color. You want to apply epsilon closure of del NE of del NE cap of Q naught comma Y, you know. So here the Y is Q naught comma Y is epsilon comma A. So instead of this actually this is del NE of R comma here Q naught, not Q naught, R you want to take. So R is a state, you know. So this will be coming here. So you want to assume that this may be actually P. So P belongs to del NE cap of R comma epsilon. Inner side part is, so inner side part is over. Coming to the part of outer side. Outer side del NE. So this del NE coming here. This A will be coming here. You want to assume that the inner result of inner part may be P number of states. So P will be coming here. So likewise, you want to apply the formula of extended transition of NFA with epsilon. Then I can use the same color. Okay, you want to take this E closure outside. So epsilon closure of union of R belongs to del N outer side function. R belongs to del N of Q naught comma Y, then del NE of R comma A. Since P belongs to is a subset of R, so I can replace this P, you know, by R. I can replace this P by R here. I can replace. Okay, I can replace this P by R. So that reason is I can replace this P by R. Reason is P is a subset of R. Actually R includes R is a superset here. So R itself includes P. So the meaning is, suppose your R may be Q naught comma Q1. So suppose P is Q naught, while actually adding these two, concatenating these two, you will be getting again Q naught and Q1. So the meaning of adding these two is, we can, if you can omit Q naught, your R will not be affected. So we can consider here the superset of R, so that I have taken only R here. So which is actually equal to epsilon closure of something, you know, the result will be actually depend upon the number of states of R here. So which is actually, just a minute, actually which is epsilon closure of del NE cap of Q naught comma Y comma A. So this is your extended transition of NFA with epsilon. So you have started with NFA, thus L of NE, which is equal to L of N. So you have started with, I will explain you once again. You have started with, okay, you have started with NFA, and finally you have ended with NFA with epsilon. But theorem says about, if the language is accepted by NFA with epsilon, means also be accepted by NFA. But you have started with NFA. Note the point here. So both the machines, you know, NFA with epsilon and NFA, you want to define your machines first. This is what given in the question. So from the question, meaning of the question is, they have given two finite automata. One is NFA with epsilon, another one is without epsilon. So according to the machine, you want to define your terms like Q sigma del Q naught F. So both the terms of both the machines I have given here. Then what is the relationship between FNE and FN. So you want to provide the relationship between both the machines. Finally, this is what very, very important point. What is the relationship between transition of both the machines? Single side transitions in the side of NFA, which is equal to multiple transitions of NFA with epsilon side. So from this point only, your theorem, proving of your theorem will be started. So clearly you want to note this point. Then coming to the part of second one, what do you want to prove? The language is accepted by NFA with epsilon means, and also the same language is accepted by NFA. So this is what from the question, again you write the same statement here. Then basis. Coming to the basis, usually we'll follow the zero length string, but while considering zero length string, while considering epsilon as zero length string, while considering zero length string, actually you will not be equalize the two parts NFA del n, which is equal to, which is actually you will be getting del n not equal to del cap of actually del ne. So that while considering epsilon, you will be getting one side Q naught, another side epsilon closure of Q naught. Actually both are not same. So that you should not consider epsilon as the least length string here. So go to the next length string. So next length is 1. So you can consider the single length string A. The name of the string, you can anything you can consider here. So name of the string is A. I have taken here. So one side del n Q naught comma A. Another side del n Q naught comma A usually will be following, but the NFA side, the single transition is equal to NFA with the epsilon side multiple transition. So likewise, you want to match your things of transitions of NFA with the epsilon to NFA. So this is the way you should follow for proving your basis step. So basis is actually proved here. Then coming to the part of assumption, hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? We should consider here K length string. My K length string is Y here. So I have considered K length string as Y. Sorry. So both the sides are equal. Since according to the mathematical induction, up to K length, actually we want to assume that both the sides are equal. So in a straight away, multiple transitions of NFA, which is equal to multiple transitions of NFA with the epsilon. In a straight away, we can write it as like this. Then coming to the part of induction. So induction, it should be actually started with K plus 1. So what we want to do is, you want to add A to the Y. So up to Y, you know, the length is K. By adding A, you will be able to easily process the K plus 1 length of strings. So that you want to add A to the Y. So it should be started with del n. So apply the extended transition of del n. So formula is del n of del n cap of Q naught comma Y comma A. Here I have given in between curly brackets, you know, between curly brackets, I have given Q naught. Reason is, we are in NFA without epsilon. We are in the side of NFA without epsilon. So the next step, slightly you want to modify the formula with the help of union function. So you want to assume that the inner part may be R number of states may be produced. So the inner part can be replaced with R now. Then slightly you want to modify the formula. You will be getting the form of union like this. Then so union like this. Okay. Then coming to the part of converting from NFA without epsilon to with epsilon. So slightly you consider this n. This n can be, you know, that single side of transition, you know, actually single side of transition, which can be, see here, I have bottom, see bottom here. I have replaced first bottom side. Single side n cap is replaced with del ne cap. That is the step, first step you want to do. I have, okay. This is what I have considered first. Del n cap, which can be replaced with del NE cap. So what is the reason del N can be replaced with del NE cap? What is the reason? According to the assumption. So according to the assumption, both the sides are multiple transitions you will be getting. By the definition, you will be getting like, by the definition of this theorem, you will be getting single side, single transition, which is equal to multiple transitions of with the epsilon. But from the assumption, both the sides are multiple transitions. You note the point here. From the definition, you can able to say that single transition of NFA, which is equal to multiple transition of NFA with epsilon. But from the assumption, you can able to say that multiple transitions of NFA side, which is equal to multiple transitions of NFA with the epsilon side. So that first step I have actually I have covered. Then I can change the color. Yeah. Consider this inner part del N. So I replace del NE. So the meaning is single transition can be replaced by multiple transitions in the side of NFA with epsilon. So that I have replaced. Then slightly this can be written as epsilon A. Then you can apply the formula of extended transition of NFA with epsilon. So this is the formula, but I have modified the formula in terms of union of all those things. So you have now R number of states in outer side, inner side P number of states. So you assume that R itself includes P number of states. So we cannot actually proceed our P number of states separately. So only R states are enough here. So since P is a subset of R, we can omit P number of states separately. So only one state, one set of states we can proceed here. So those set of states are called as only R here. Superset only we can consider. Finally, you will be getting E closure of this union format. This is equal to extended transition of NFA with the epsilon side. So answer for this epsilon is NFA del NE cap of Q0 comma YA. But we have started here. We have started like we have started del N cap of Q0 comma YA, but we have ended with del NE. So thus L of NE, which is equal to L of N. So likewise, you want to prove your actually theorem. So I think I have covered the equivalence between NFA with epsilon and NFA, I have covered all the topics, problems. So see the diagram. This is what NFA with epsilon diagram. So you can now convert this diagram to NFA directly and also DFA directly. So both the cases I have covered. Already in first topic I have covered NFA to DFA. See the arrow marks, NFA with epsilon to NFA, NFA with epsilon to DFA, then NFA to DFA. So first part I have covered theorem, then problems which are related to NFA and DFA I have covered. This is what we have completed. Then third is problems which are related to NFA with epsilon. Problems from NFA with epsilons to, third is NFA with epsilon to NFA we have covered. Fourth is NFA with epsilon to DFA we have covered. Now the fifth topic, theorem I have covered. So that is the reason I have covered your theorem at last. So if we are familiarized in the side of problems only, we'll be able to follow the terms in theorem. So that I have taken your theorem at last. So these are all the 5 important questions. 5 important questions I have covered. So either actually you should give the importance to both the cases, either it may be questions may be coming from theorem or problems. So weightages, what you want to give here as 50 percentage to problems and 50 percentage of weightage should go to the theorems. So I have covered the major parts of first unit. Are first one is NFA to DFA theorem, NFA to DFA problem. Then third one, actually NFA with epsilon to NFA. Fourth one is NFA with epsilon to DFA. Fifth theorem, NFA with epsilon to NFA. Theorem I have covered. Here I have not actually given any theorem. So no need, should not worry about the theorem part of NFA with epsilon to DFA. Only these 5 topics are enough to actually go with your first unit. Then 4 more minutes are there. I'll give some tips to you for the next topic, design of next topic. What we are going to see is designing of finite automata. So important. So far, in straight away, we have taken some finite automata and we have converted from one form to another form. But you should know about meaning of the finite automata. Suppose representing, if you want to represent your representing for acceptance of single A. So your machine should be like this. You want to accept the transition A from one state to another state. So only one symbol it has to accept. So that we need 2 states. So that name of the states or anything you can, it can be given Q0, Q1 or capital AB. Usually the capital letters denoting states here, the lowercase letters input symbols. So don't be actually confusing with capital letters and lowercase letters. So in this diagram, initial is Q0. It has to accept only one A. So after A, it should not accept anything. So this should be your final again. So likewise, you want to start with finite automata. Well, designing what are all the actually issues will be coming and what are all the things to be solved here. You want to see next. So any doubts in this up to this topic, you can. Any doubts, guys? You can ask any doubts. 2 more minutes you have. Otherwise, I will be speaking continuously.